تناديني على أرض تلاقيني أنا لأهلي أنا أفديهم أنا دمي فلسطيني 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 أنا دمي فلسطيني
It's not just affecting people in Palestine, it's affecting millions of people around the world that may have families living there.
We will not tolerate any form of Islamophobia or anti-Semitism of the like. Incredibly heartbreaking watching thousands of Palestinians die in horrible...
Israel's first prime minister assured Zionists, the old will die and the young will forget. Let them witness that it's not the case and it never will be. The genocide will not go unnoticed. The ethnic cleansing of Palestinians will be remembered for generations to come. We carry with us images of mothers bearing their children.
Don't you cry! Palestine will never die!
Children being murdered every day. There are newborns under rubble for months and they have no way of help. You guys have to wake up and realize that just because something does not affect you does not mean you can't do anything about it. This is a genocide going on. You guys have to realize that you are not only being affected, there's other people being affected as well. So you guys have to all educate yourselves. It does not matter where you come from, what you believe in. You have to educate yourselves because this is a human right at the end of the day, and you have to realize that we have to all be together at the end because we are all brothers and sisters at the end of the day. And free Palestine! Free Palestine! I'd like to start off by thanking everyone who came. You might have been thinking, what is a random school in Ohio gonna have to do or help Palestine? Believe it or not, many kids don't know about what's going on. And this is something that isn't taught in humanities, that isn't taught in education. This is only on the news. This is for education. This is a show of support for these massacres. Again, thank you everyone for coming. Kim, B, Dana, Violet, Audrey, Leah, Tova, Mona, Nada, Rihanna, Salma, myself. We all appreciate you for coming and all those who helped in any way. I'd like to take this time to talk about the kids. These are kids, little kids, your brothers, your sisters. These are your grandparents. These are people. This is not a political matter. This is a human matter. You don't have to be Muslim. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to be Jewish. You don't have to care about politics at all. You just have to be human to realize and recognize that this is wrong. Everything that they're doing is wrong. This is not hate. This is support. I'd also like to talk about the MSA Club. We wouldn't have been able to do this without you. This isn't just a reason to skip class. This is a reason to get educated on the thousands of innocent lives taken in Palestine. Free Palestine. Free
Palestine! Whatsoever. And it's not just affecting people in Palestine, it's affecting millions of people around the world that may have family living there. People documenting this tragedy are risking their lives just trying to show the world what is going on. Israel soldiers have threatened these people that are documenting what happens. I watched countless videos of what is happening in Palestine and it hurts my heart every time I see an innocent child dead. One video I watched a bit ago showed a child blindfolded being led somewhere by 2 Israel soldiers. I don't have any information on it, but it looks very harsh and foul. I could go on and on about this, but I'm not going to just because I'll take too long. But I'd like to thank everyone involved in this and everyone who helped us make this possible.
1948, the mass displacement and dispossession of about 6 million Palestinians. The IDF committed atrocious war crimes that no one speaks of when asking if we condemn Hamas. 70 massacres and 15,000 Palestinians killed during the time of the Nakba. Shutting off electricity, water, food, and fuel as collective punishment. Cramming over 1.7 million people into a 60-mile corner of their own country. Bombing the Gaza Strip full of innocent civilians with white phosphorus. Destroying hospitals, schools, churches, mosques, entire communities. This is what the U.S. is funding. This is not a war between Israel and Hamas. It is the genocide and ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. It is Israel expanding its settler colonialism at the expense of the Palestinians. The issue is not Hamas, as they have repeatedly used as a scapegoat. The issue is the apartheid state of Israel, and has been since 1948. Israel has committed crimes against humanity on an unthinkable scale, and for everyone that fails to realize and acknowledge this, your lack of humanity and flaccid sense of morality is an incredibly miserable and selfish way to live life. Palestine deserves better than this. Don't allow yourself to be desensitized to all these atrocities. You cannot be neutral in this fight for their freedom. This is a global struggle for justice, and we must continue to challenge this global power structure. This is about all of us as human beings. Israel is trying to take away their voice, and we cannot allow that to happen. We have to be that voice for them. Humanitarian aid is not enough. They deserve liberation. Thank you. An illegal occupation has been ongoing for 75 years. Everyone wants to talk about October 7th while conveniently ignoring the Nakba of 1948, the mass displacement and dispossession of about 6 million Palestinians. The IDF committed atrocious war crimes that no one speaks of when asking if we condemn Hamas. 70 massacres and 15,000 Palestinians killed during the time of the Nakba. Shutting off electricity, water, food, and fuel as collective punishment.
The Israeli, U.S., English, and supporting countries' government and organizations have done to the Palestinian people for over a century. Even more, we the people can take steps to push the U.S. government to call for a ceasefire. Stop funding Israel and take Israel accountable for the acts against humanitarian law they have done. Email or call your representative. Boycott the companies you can. Stay informed and continue to use your voice in any way you can call for justice in Palestine. Of peace and the history of what the Israeli, U.S., English, and supporting countries' government and organizations have done to the Palestinian people for over a century. Even more, we the people can take steps to push the U.S. government to call for a ceasefire. Stop funding Israel! And take Israel accountable for the acts against humanitarian law they have done. Email or call your representative. Boycott the companies you can. Stay informed and continue to use your voice in any way you can call for justice in Palestine. Oh my God.
People would never return to their homes. Israel's first prime minister assured Zionists, the old will die and the young will forget. Let them witness that is not the case and never will be. This genocide will not go unnoticed. The ethnic cleansing of Palestinians will be remembered for generations to come. We carry with us images of mothers bearing their children, fathers pulling dead members of their family from rubble, newly orphans kissing their parents goodbye, a father carrying the remains of his children in plastic bags, large numbers of Palestinians having miscarriages and premature births due to stress and panic, and children being amputated, all without enough medical assistance, and mass burials for the unidentified bodies and their families never knowing where they were buried. 15,400 and counting. This isn't just the number of cold bodies, but 15,400 humans with families, dreams, ambitions. 15,400 women, children, men, elderly. 15,400 lives stolen, and even out of their homes and made refugees. The war crimes committed by Israel's government does not reflect on the Jewish religion, but is a representation of Zionism and its political ideology based in white supremacy. The Palestinian expulsion and genocide has been documented, and one day so will their freedom. Not only from constant bombings and airstrikes, but from the occupation and apartheid. There will be a free Palestine.
Palestine.